Welcome back students to the online lectures of Ignited Minds. My name is Khurram and I am the faculty of Ignited Minds. Students, last lecture mein we started the component ecology and ecosystem, and in the process we are just talking about or studying about basic concepts, fundamental concepts of ecology and ecosystem. In the last lecture we talked about the main components of this ecosystem, which are abiotic plus biotic components. In the last lecture we saw what are the various abiotic factors, which include water, which include sunlight, which include rain, which include soil. Basically these abiotic components are those components which does not possess life, thus abiotic. And if we talk about the biotic components, they include all these animals and plants and microorganisms which are in relationship with these abiotic components. Yani ki these abiotic components provide certain fundamental basic requirements like food and shelter to these biotic components, and these biotic components are indirectly and directly dependent on these abiotic components, so that this total setup or process becomes a system, a proper system, which is called as ecosystem. We talked about the herbivores, we talked about the carnivores, we talked about the omnivores, and we learned about what are the saprophytes, who are the detritivores, and who are called as decomposers. In today's lecture we will continue with the third very important component of the ecosystem, that is called as energy flow. Students, now we know in whole of this setup or in whole of this process of the ecosystem, there is a main thing, main fundamental thing, that is the process of energy. Now what is this energy? Energy का एक rule है in any closed system or in any system. Energy can neither be created. Energy को तुम बना नहीं सकते हो, ना ही तुम energy को destroy कर सकते हो, but yeah, you can change the energy from one form to the another form. And there's another law of thermodynamics which says there is no transformation of energy as 100% efficient. यानी कि कोई भी transfer energy का अगर हो रहा है वो 100% efficiently नहीं हो रहा है. There is always some loss in the form of a heat. अब ये दोनों laws determine करते हैं पूरे इस energy flow को एक ecosystem में. By energy flow we mean the energy which is basically derived from the sun by these autotrophs. And what happens to this energy, where it goes, what path it follows, that has to be studied in this topic today's lecture. Students, we know sun is the ultimate source of energy. Whatever energy the ecosystem gets, whatever the productivity the ecosystem has to make, whatever the fruitful productivity the ecosystem has to get, basically that all is derived from the sun, and sun is the ultimate source of energy we know. Now this whole functioning of the ecosystem, this basically depends on the energy flow. Pehla point, functioning of the ecosystem depends on the energy flow. This energy flow, basically this energy flow helps in the circulation. You remember, ये जो energy आ रही है sun से, ये energy कैसे आएगी? We know at the base we have the autotrophs, which constitute the primary product producers, which are called as autotrophs. They do the nourishment on their own, thus they are called as autotrophs, यानी self nourishment. उनको क्या होता है? They have the matter which they produce. Basically matter is nothing, that anything that occupies space and has an indefinite shape. The matter जिसकी हम बात करते हैं ट्रॉपिक लेवल 1 पे, जो ये प्लांट्स है, ये जो घास फूस है, these all plants basically, this is a matter. Now this matter has some energy which it has derived from the sun, and thus these plants are called as autotrophs because they make their own food with the help of this energy, thus converting the light energy of the sun into the chemical energy for the chlorophyll with the help of chlorophyll, and they make their own food and they grow. And this own food, this growth, this is nothing, this is a matter which constitutes the tropic level 1 और the T1 और the primary producers. अब इनके पास एनर्जी आ गई. अब दो चीजें, हमारे पास एनर्जी भी है और हमारे पास ये मैटर भी है जिसकी ग्रोथ हो गई, दिस बायोमास ऑफ दिस एनर्जी वी हैव टू सी इन टुडेज टॉपिक. हम देखेंगे इस एनर्जी का क्या हो रहा है और इस मैटर का क्या हो रहा है. नाउ वी नो इन द फर्स्ट टॉपिक, इन द फर्स्ट line we have said functioning of the ecosystem depends on the energy flow, but this energy flow basically this helps in the circulation of whole this organic and inorganic matter within the ecosystem. So you have to remember, it helps circulation of organic and inorganic matter within the ecosystem. Now within the ecosystem, now we know this is trophic level 1. This trophic level 1, T1, it consists of plants and animals, plants, and they are called as primary producers, or they are called as autotrophs. Now they have to make their own food. यहाँ पे food क्या है? Simple, these plants which have to grow and this will become the matter. Remember, matter में energy है, और ये energy कहाँ से आई? This energy is simply because of the sun. Sun is the ultimate source of energy, and remember, these are primary producers. They don't depend on anyone. They make their own food themselves with the help of this sun's energy, light energy, and they convert it into the chemical energy, and thus using the carbon dioxide and sunlight, they make their own food. Now food has been made. Food में क्या है? Food में energy है. Food is a matter. Now what will happen? The another trophic level, this T2, which is basically a primary consumer, और ये heterotroph है. This too is a primary consumer and it is a heterotroph. This primary consumer is heterotroph. That means it depends on this primary producer, which is an autotroph or which is a plant, for the matter, for the food which it has to get. And this T2 is dependent on this one, and ultimately T3 is dependent. Let's take it as a jackal. This jackal will come to eat this T2 and this will become a carnivore. Jackal is a basically T3. It is a consumer. It is a carnivore. And T4 is at the top level, which is, suppose let's take it a lion. It's a top carnivore. Now these three basically depend on whatever the energy this T1 has, or whatever the food this T1 has made. So basically whatever the food is being made, that is basically that gets calculated by the virtue of this primary productivity. यानी कि जितना खाना यहाँ पर बना है, जितना organic matter यहाँ पे बना है, और उसी हिसाब से energy इसमें है. Now this energy has to transfer up to the upper levels in the successive trophic levels. So what will happen once T2 will come to eat T1, some energy will be transferred into T1, and ultimately T3 will come to eat T2, another energy will be transferred, and this goes on. So this energy which is basically accumulated in this T1 in the form of this plant matter, this productivity, this has to get transferred up to the higher levels of the ecosystem with the help of a food chain or the food web. Food chain is nothing, simply एक hierarchical manner में basically being eaten and eat, that is called simply a food chain. एक hierarchical manner में feeding takes place via these all tropical levels or via these all steps at each level. This is called as food chain. Now this energy which has basically being derived from the sun by these autotrophs, this energy will be transferred to T2 once it will eat the T1, and ultimately T3 will eat to T2, and T4 will eat at T3, tropic level 4. Lion will eat the jackal, and jackal will eat this deer, and deer will eat the grass. This energy is being transferred from one body at the tropic level to another body, and this energy basically is transferred with the help of the matter. अब energy का पता चला, energy transfers in a path, in a linear path, and we say energy always flows in thus unidirectional path. This is very important point. Energy always flows in a unidirectional path. एक ही path है इस energy का, from basic level to upper levels in a unidirectional path. Now, but energy flows in a unidirectional path. It cannot be reversed. It is irreversible. Now, what happens to the matter? It is only the matter which consumes this energy. So, matter basically, what will happen to the matter? Matter will get transferred, and it will basically get, after this lion dies. This lion is itself a matter, organic matter. This lion dies. उसके बाद इसका decomposition होगा, and it will be again transferred into the soil, and this will become an inorganic matter after the decomposition. And this inorganic matter will become the nutrients, essential nutrients, like we have the magnesium, calcium, potassium, and these nutrients will again be taken by the trees roots, and again this will become an organic matter, and this process goes on via various cycles which are called as biogeochemical cycles, which has to be studied in a different topic. But here we know now this matter flows in a cyclic path. Remember, energy flows in a unidirectional path, while as matter flows in a cyclic path. Matter is nothing, it's just an organic content, organic matter which is accumulated at each tropic level. This grass is a matter, this deer, whatever it eats, this becomes an organic matter, and basically remember, whatever matter we have, matter moves around in a system through various, you should remember this, matter always moves. We know energy flows in a unidirectional path and matter flows in a cyclic path, but it is the flow of the matter basically which is the matter of flow, which is the flow of the matter by which energy flows in an ecosystem. You should remember, it is only the flow of this matter which makes possible the flow of the energy across this ecosystem. Matter moves, we can say matter jo hai, this matter moves around in whole of the ecosystem in such a way through various closed cycles, biogeochemical cycles, that in such a way that total mass ultimately has to remain constant. अब इसका पैटर्न क्या है, इस एनर्जी का पैटर्न क्या है बेटा, फिर से दो चीजें हैं, one is called as energy, second is called as matter. Energy flows in a unidirectional path, while as matter, it flows in a cyclic path through various closed cycles. ठीक है, but closed matter moves around in a system through all these various closed cycles in such a way that total mass has to remain constant, or total mass remains constant. Now this whole setup, this pattern of energy flow is determined by the first and the second law of the thermodynamics. Now what is the first law of the thermodynamics says? First law of thermodynamics, these basically the flow of with the pattern of energy flow in any ecosystem is determined by the first and the second law of thermodynamics, the pattern of energy flow. So what is the first law of the thermodynamics? What does it say? The first law says, in any closed system, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another. So now we know in whole of the ecosystem the energy basically has been derived out of the sun, which is made by possible only by the flow of matter. एंड ये मैटर कैसे बना, ये जो T1 बना, ये ग्रोथ जो हुई, प्लांट्स जो बने, जो ऑटोट्रॉफ्स है, उन्होंने एनर्जी कहां से ली? दे आर सेल्फ नरिशमेंट, दे डू द सेल्फ नरिशमेंट, दे आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन एनीथिंग, दे आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन देमसेल्व्स, दे नरिश देमसेल्व्स बट विद द हेल्प ऑफ सन्स एनर्जी. तो एनर्जी है लोकेटेड, दिस एनर्जी इज इन द सिस्टम ओनली, एंड दे बेसिकली मेक द possible the flow of this energy, and the flow of this energy basically by converting the light energy into the chemical energy, and the process is simply called as photosynthesis. Now इन्होंने अपना खाना बनाया with the help of photosynthesis. ये जो खाना बना, this is a matter, और जो इसमें energy है, this energy has to be transferred up to the upper levels, क्योंकि उनको भी खाना खाना, they want matter, deer wants to eat grass, jackal wants to eat the deer has to get eaten by lion, and this matter which is there, this matter is making possible the flow of energy. But flow of energy is now only unidirectional, it cannot be reversed, energy cannot be transferred back to the T1, or energy cannot be transferred back to the T2 from T3, but this whole matter, it flows in a cyclic path around whole of the ecosystem via these in such a manner that ultimately total mass shall remain constant. अब जो first law है in any ecosystem, basically this statement says, what does this statement say related to the ecosystem? How do we relate it in any ecosystem? The energy is transferred by sun, by photosynthesis from one tropic level to another tropic level, as simple as that. And basically the amount of energy, remember, the amount of energy in any system or at these tropic levels. The amount of energy at any system or at these tropic levels is shown by the living matter, organic matter. Remember, the amount of energy at any system, यहां पर हम ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स की बात कर रहे हैं, इज कॉल्ड एज और इज शोन बाय अमाउंट ऑफ लिविंग मैटर. कितना लिविंग मैटर है is shown by amount of living matter, and this living matter in both plants and animals, and basically the amount of living matter is called as standing crop. याद रखिएगा, this amount of living matter is called as standing crop, and it is simply expressed as biomass, dry weight. Biomass, dry weight. Now this biomass is simply bio, life mass. Simple अगर भाषा में समझे इस पूरी स्टेटमेंट को, ये जो यहां पर कंटेंट जमा हुआ मैटर, ऑर्गेनिक मैटर जिसमें लाइफ है, which has कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, बायोमास, लाइफ मास, ये कितना अमाउंट है यहां से यहां तक. This will determine also the amount of energy stored at each tropic level, and basically the amount of living matter or this standing crop is used to indicate. What do ecologists do? Basically they took amount of this living matter, and this amount of living matter or the standing crop is used to indicate how much energy is stored at each tropic level, and this is indicated by this diagram, long horizontal bars. These long horizontal bars are nothing, they just indicate amount of living matter or the amount of standing crop, and this ultimately represents the amount of energy. So as much as we go higher in the tropic levels, basically the amount of energy or the amount of standing crop goes on decreasing. Thus we can conclude amount of energy is also getting decreased at each tropic level, and this amount of energy is indicated, or this amount of energy is shown by this diagram, which is called as ecological pyramid. And this ecological pyramid, simply these long horizontal bars are getting decreased and making a triangular structure, and this simply says the amount of energy stored at each level goes on decreasing, because the standing crop goes on decreasing, because the biomass goes on decreasing, dry weight goes on decreasing, living matter goes on decreasing. Thus the energy is getting decreases as we move higher in the tropic levels. So T4 तक जाते जाते एनर्जी बहुत कम रहती है जितनी T1 पे होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल T1 पे we have 10,000 joules of energy, and not 100% energy is transfer. रिमेंबर सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स, एनर्जी पूरी ट्रांसफर नहीं होगी, एनर्जी कुछ ही ट्रांसफर होगी, एनर्जी एफिशिएंट पूरा 100% नहीं होता है सिस्टम. सो ऑलवेज देयर इज सम लॉस एट ईच ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स. अगर 10,000 किलो जूल्स की एनर्जी ग्रास में है, इस मैटर में है, 10 जब डियर्स को खाएगा तो क्या सिलसिले होंगे, जब डियर को जैकाल खाएगा तो एनर्जी का क्या होगा, कैसे कम होती है एनर्जी. दिस हैज बीन डिराइव्ड और दिस इज डिफाइंड बाय द सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. नाउ व्हाट इज द सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स? लेट्स डिस्कस. So this second law of thermodynamics, which simply says that no transformation of energy is 100% efficient. यानी कि जब भी आप कभी ट्रांसफर एनर्जी करते हो एक बॉडी से दूसरी बॉडी में, तो वो 100% नहीं हो पाती. There is always some loss in the form of heat. यानी कि ये जो एनर्जी लॉस होती है, there is always some loss while transferring energy from one body to another. There would be some loss at each body. तो ट्रॉपिक लेवल में, इकोसिस्टम में, ये ट्रॉपिक लेवल पे कैसे लॉस होती है एक सिस्टम में, वो हमको यहां पे देखना है. हमने ये देखा हाउ द एनर्जी इज नीदर क्रिएटेड नॉट ट्रांसफर्ड, नीदर क्रिएटेड नॉट डिस्ट्रॉयड, बट ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम सन एंड चेंज टू अनदर ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स, और ट्रांसफर्ड टू अनदर ट्रॉपिक लेवल्स फ्रॉम द ऑटोट्रॉफ्स टू द heterotrophs. Now we will see why there is some loss of energy. Basically what happens in any ecosystem, the loss of energy at any ecosystem. If we again consider these tropic levels, T1, T2, T3, T4. At any tropic level, there is always some loss in the form of heat. यानी कि the loss of energy as heat is released at every step. Heat is released every step in these tropic levels, यानी कि इस फूड चेन में जहां पे हायरार्चिकल ऑर्डर में मैटर ट्रांसफर हो रहा है और एनर्जी भी मैटर के थ्रू ट्रांसफर हो रही है, बट देयर इज ऑलवेज सम लॉस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ हीट. देयर इज ऑलवेज सम लॉस ऑफ एनर्जी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ हीट. फॉर एग्जांपल, इन द फूड चेन व्हेन अ हर्बीवोर T2 जो है, this is a herbivore. When herbivore will come to eat this autotroph, while converting this plant substance into its animal substance, there would be some loss of energy as heat. Now what will happen? This again T4 will come to eat T3, T3 will come to eat T2, but at every level there would be the loss of there would be the metabolic activity in which the respiration will happen, the heat will be released. Once the heat will be released, thus we can say energy is lost. और वही कहता है thermodynamics का law भी, there is no transformation of energy 100% efficient, always some loss in the form of heat. energy loss हो रही है हर step पे via the respiration. पहले step पे T2 will come to eat the T1, and while converting this animal substance into this plant substance into this animal substance, there would be some loss, and again at the higher successive levels this loss of energy would always be there. This loss of energy would always be there via the respiration. So we should conclude here at the end that each successive trophic level, standing crop is becoming less, and standing crop if is becoming less, which directly means energy would be less, and this is indicated by this pyramid called as ecological pyramid. So we can say, we have to conclude what is the net energy available. What is the net energy available? There are two types of energies or two types of concepts. One is called as gross and second is called as net. If I have to calculate my net at the end of profit, मेरा net profit कितना हुआ, तो मैं अपने deductions, अपना travel expense, अपना ये सब deduce करके अपना profit बताऊंगा. Now gross और profit में फर्क यहीं पर आता है. T1 पे जो भी इसने productivity की, that is called as gross production, or we can say here energy, gross energy, but this gross energy is getting transferred to the higher levels. So higher level पे अगर मुझे देखना है मेरे पास energy कितनी total है at the T4, I will say my net energy is simply gross energy जो primary productivity पे बनी, gross energy minus जो ऊपर गई, मगर minus के साथ साथ respiration भी हुआ ना, loss हुआ ना, heat release हुई ना. So net energy available is simply the gross energy minus respiration. So this becomes my net energy. Net energy is simply gross energy minus respiration, and this is this net energy that is available to each tropic level at the end, and this loss of energy via the respiration in the form of a heat is basically getting minus from this gross energy, and that becomes our net energy available at the T4. So this is how basically the pattern of energy is determined in the ecosystem, and two laws of thermodynamics govern this whole pattern of energy flow. We should remember the points here. Energy flows in a unidirectional path, while as matter flows in a cyclic path, and the flow of this energy is made possible only via the flow of this matter in whole of the ecosystem. This matter flows in whole of the ecosystem via the different biogeochemical cycles, and the transfer of energy from the sun. Sun is the ultimate source of energy. Transfer of energy from the sun by converting the chemical energy, by converting the light energy into the chemical energy with the help of carbon dioxide and sunlight, and this energy basically is transferred to at the T1, and T1 is the autotroph, and this energy is basically transferred to the upper successive tropic levels, and thus energy has a linear path which is called as unidirectional path. But the matter which makes this energy flow possible is simply flowing in a cyclic way. So पहला point ये important है. Second point is why there is a transfer of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transferred from here, from sun to the tropic level. This was determined by the first law of thermodynamics, and how and why there is loss of energy at each successive tropic levels, that is determined by the second law of thermodynamics, which says no transformation of energy is 100% efficient. There would be always some loss in the form of a heat, in the form of a energy getting released at each successive tropic levels in the form of a heat. So at the end, net energy available is simply gross energy, which is at the T1 minus respiration up to the end. So that finishes the topic called energy flow. Thank you students, God bless you.